All right, y'all, what's good? What's up? What's popping? What's happening? We are here for a beautiful episode. Beautiful episode. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Rachel. Shout out to Rachel. But please, if you are new here, please subscribe. Can I get a thumbs up and a clap for me? Because we are episode 9. 9 episodes in, and I've made it through. I think to at least the halfway mark of the season. If you know, you know. If you don't know, I normally start the challenges and always fall off because they start to bore me. I'm actually quite entertained with the season. Even though we've had a couple episodes this season that were kind of lackluster, I've still wanted to turn the TV back on and see what else is about to happen. But yeah, let's go. Thumbs up the video, drop the comments. Let me know what y'all thought down below. Share the video. I want the interactions. Let's keep that going. I want to hear what y'all think. But let's go. This is a good episode. And did I say subscribe? If you're new, if I didn't, do that. The red button, click it. All right, so we return back to the house. Rachel and Corey are lit. I'm lit because I'm happy both of them won. Rachel, she knows that she's got to win to keep herself safe and keep herself out of the arena. So she knows what she got to do, but she's oddly excited about it, which I don't think is oddly excited either because I'd be excited too because she knows whether she wins or loses, it's only her fault or it's not her fault. She actually is the reason why she won. I would be happy too because I'm like, look, it's up to me what happens to me in this game. If I don't come out here and do what I need to do, that's up to me. I can't really be mad at nobody but myself. But if I win and I have all this power myself. We'll get to it. Ryan ends up saying like part of the reason why he nominated himself was because he wanted to protect Rachel because if he wins, he can protect her. Hold on, it's hot. He knows that he can protect her. He knows that that Laurel also being attached to him as a target as well. She won't want to lose because Laurel doesn't want to not have power and she doesn't want to have to put herself at risk to go home, even though she probably can beat a lot of these girls. But she's also a polarizing person in the game. Not too many people like her and would vote for her to go in if they had the opportunity to do so. And essentially her only friend in the house is Johnny, and he feels like Johnny is only friends with her because he's scared of her. That could be true as well, but they're very much the same. They're two sides of the same coin. But we then get Corey talking to Josh. Josh is trying to like dap him up, trying to be cool with him and stuff. And Corey's like giving him face value. You can tell Corey don't really give a fuck about Josh, but is doing what he needs to do at this point. Corey's pretty much saying like, you lucky that you wasn't down there because you would have been the one going home. And he would probably lit Josh up in that damn elimination. But Corey ends up saying like, he's going beyond era 3 to make his connections. Him and Nehemiah are each other's number ones essentially in the game. He trusts him more than just about everybody on his team. Rightfully so. But the next day we get Tori. She's proud of the Vacation Alliance. I'm like, this is foreshadow. Proud of the Vacation Alliance for making it this far unscathed without seeing any elimination. Now her and Devin are the targets, and she feels the best case scenario is for either era 3 or era 4 to win because they can keep each other safe. Because Casey is also in the Vacation Alliance, and she's a target as well. Kylan's not a part of that Vacation Alliance, but he is essentially associated with it now because he's a target as well. But Josh is talking about how he is super locked in with the Vacation Alliance, but he also has a very tight relationship with Rachel, and he's also rooting for her as well. I don't know how tight their relationship is. We do find out later on that they kind of connected off of him wanting her to be his trainer. Josh, he can't. I don't think Josh has any existing relationships outside of reality TV, which says a lot to me, which is why he's always clinging to these. We'll get to it. But Devin ends up saying that anybody with a relationship with Bananas, after he had blatantly lied and tried to fracture him and Michelle's relationship, also his position in the game, y'all not fucking with him. Like, I'm not fucking with y'all if y'all have a relationship with him. Michelle's pretty much stating, like, are we supposed to not have those connections because y'all got beef, which is not really beef if you want to keep it real? I'm like, yeah, that's a good question. Michelle, don't cut off that tie. Like, don't cut that tie off because we saw what happened later on, but come on. But Bananas, he's in the other room plotting with Aviv and Rachel about getting Devin out, essentially because he knows Devin's trying to come for him. And he wants to find a way to get Tori and Devin in there versus Casey and Kylan. I said, let's do it. But we get to the mission. KZ, I should say, with them Z's, because she's boring as fuck. She's talking about how she feels comfortable being a target with Tori and Devin, also being targets because she feels solid in their Vacation Alliance, and she feels like they'll do whatever they can to protect each other. So if one of each of those eras wins, they know that they'll be able to save the other one, obviously, but I'm like, you a boring couch. Like, you have not done anything all season but lay around and be furniture. Like, okay. But Rachel, she knows she got to win. Like, I'm the only one here. I got to win. I'm doing it for era 1. So we find out that we are now at the halfway point in terms of the amount of players that are left. There was 40 at the beginning. It's 20 now. So the challenge that they have today is called Bottoms Out. I'm spitting all over this, Mike. They have this giant container above water. They'll be in the container, but first they have to answer a series of questions in their math equations. I would have been like some of the ones in here struggling. Math was never my strong point in school. Science wasn't either, which is crazy because now I'm working in science as a personal trainer. But math, yeah, no. Numbers, no. Give me anything English, I'll write you a paper. That's what I got my degree in, journalism. I will write you a 10-page essay before I'd ever want to do a damn math problem. But they have 27 equations. They have 27 equations, and they'll have to stop. They're going to do all 27 equations. Once they get them all done, they'll stop. And however many each team got correctly will secure them a hand and a foot holder in the containers, because they're going to be in the container. They're going to have to hold on it kind of like rock climbing style to just hold on. And you got to stay in there the longest. And whichever team stays in there the longest wins. And the thing is, though, when they get into the container, the doors will shut. Once they get them hoisted up, the doors will open from the bottom, which is essentially what's going to, you either hang up here or you fall to the water. So that's just really what it is. So the team, like I said, the team that lasts the longest, they win and their targets are safe. The team that dropped all of theirs first, they're in the elimination. So they begin. The equations, they're going too quick. Cara was struggling. I would have as well. Nia was talking about how she had cheated in math. Me too. And said that she was one time helping her niece with her math homework, and her niece ended up correcting her answers. I thought that was funny. But Laurel, she obviously, we all knew Laurel would know how to do this. She loves math, so that's easy for her. Kylan's taking over for Arrow 4. I'm not shocked about that. Kylan is smart. Like, Kylan's a little bit when it comes to these challenges and stuff, he's kind of built for this type of shit. Like, he's physically good, but he's smart too. People don't really take that into account. Kylan is smart. If you watch Big Brother, you know. But TJ ends up calling time after all the equations have finished. Rachel got 6 of hers correct. Remember, she's doing it by herself. Era 2 got 17 correct. Era 3 and 4 got 14 correct. Casey sitting there talking about how not wanting the Vacation Alliance to go up against each other. I do. I want that. We all do. But Rachel, she ends up going first because she had the lowest amount correct. Era 4 was second. Era 3 was third. And Era 4 goes last. So Rachel goes up there. She ended up hanging tough, thugging it out. Like Cara Maria said, she got muscular endurance. Like, she is an athlete. She is a personal trainer. She knows her body. Like, being up in there holding up on that stuff, it's all about body positioning. It's about grip strength. It's about just positioning your body in a way to where it doesn't feel like you're really holding too much of your weight. She's going to do good in there. I knew she was going to do good in that. But she's talking about how painful it is and how hot it is in there, and the pegs are really, really small up under her feet. Those are the things that you do have to think about. But she was hanging tough. She was in there thugging it out. She ended up dropping eventually. They didn't show the results, so we don't know what her time was yet. Era 4 goes in there. Theo's big ass flopped. I don't know what he was doing. Like, I know that these teams, because Rachel had 6, so she could literally put her hands up here on 2 of them and then have 2 on her feet. But the other teams, though they got more correct, they still have more players. And the more players you have, the less amount of pegs you have, which means you're going to be holding onto one peg with both hands, and then your feet are going to be on one peg. So I understand that. Theo, I don't know what the fuck he was doing. He was like kind of swinging out. I'm like, why are you not trying to put your body up against it? But he falls, big for nothing. Like I said, Olivia dropped next. Jenny, Michelle, and Kylan dropped after her. And then Josh ends up DQing because he was standing there cheating, putting his foot on the container. But Casey's boring ass, she was the last one up there the whole time. She tries to maneuver her way over to the free handholds now, smart, so that she can kind of loosen up and get a little bit closer. Her, we all know she played football. She was a wide receiver. Her grip strength came into play, which is why she was hanging up there for a good bit. But she finally dropped. Era 3, Nia. Y'all know that's my girl. Big for nothing. Like, Nia, come on. She dropped within 2 seconds, just like Theo did. Tori, she dropped shortly after. Corey was next. Jordan. I don't like Jordan. I tell you all the time, I don't like him, but I will always give him his props. That man, we all know what happened with his hand. He's at the biggest disadvantage, and he was up there thugging it through, like trying to, you could tell he was trying to like hold on to it, but he couldn't hold on to it because he doesn't really have the opportunity to do so. But he ended up dropping shortly, but Devin was the only one up there. Tori's down there telling him no pressure because this could be our elimination if you drop. Michelle obviously is rooting for him because she knows that one of their eras have to win so that he can be safe. But he eventually drops, and era 2, they go in there next. Aviv, she lost balance before the doors even opened. She wasn't even on the shit. The doors opened and she immediately dropped. Ryan dropped with her. Derrick drops next. Bananas dropped after 1 minute. Cara Maria was next after 3 minutes. Nehemiah and Laura were the last two up there. Laura lasted 6 minutes before dropping, but Nehemiah was in there thugging it through. I said, go ahead. He was up there for a good 8 minutes before he had dropped. Rachel was nervous and she was worried because Nehemiah was in there for a minute. We don't know how long he was in there at that point, so he finally dropped. We get to the results. Somebody had 14 minutes. Some team got 14 minutes. Guess who that team was? The team of me, myself, and I, Rachel. Rachel won. I said, that's some thug nigga shit. Like, she went up in there and beat their ass. Like, beat every last one of them. I was so happy. Y'all know I've been rooting for Rachel. I'm especially rooting for her now that she's solo. And the sole decision is hers. She got all the power. She ain't got to worry about trying to hope that her teammate wants to do the same thing that she wants to. She gets to do what Rachel wants to do. She gets to think about her game completely. Just my game. Not for a team. Think about me. So the team that fell last was Era 3. No shock there, honestly. Tori and Devin, they are automatically in the arena. So we know that there's 2 people from the Vacation Alliance that are automatically in that arena. Laura and Ryan and Kylan and Casey will have to plead their case to Rachel. I started laughing. I'm like, she's not sending Ryan in there. I said, she's not sending Ryan in there. Ryan is close with her. So I'm like, Ryan is not going in there. Laura's not going in there. So we're going to get a vacation elimination because we're going to have Tori versus Casey. Love it. But Bananas, he's salivating at the thought of them going against each other too. But they head back to the crib. Michelle knows that one way or the other, she's going to lose somebody that she's working with. She already knows what's about to happen. Like, the writing is on the wall. But everybody's coming in, gassing Rachel up, kissing her ass. I know she was enjoying it. I was enjoying watching it because it's like, yeah, kiss my ass now. Because y'all literally kept trying to get us out of here. But now you got to come kiss up to me. Me and me only. But Rachel says, now, Tori, you get to put on the show. Like, you in the elimination. Now you got to do it. And the girls that she's up against, it's anybody's game. It's anybody's game. It could go anybody's way. But Rachel says she's happy that she got the shield next to her name, essentially saying, I'm happy that I ain't got to sweat now. And she's excited about all the options that she has to choose from to send into elimination. And it's exciting for her because she wants them to all come to her and offer her something that's going to keep her position good for the rest of the game. Smart. Josh, Jordan, and Casey, they're sitting in a room talking about Rachel and what she's going to do, and pretty much saying like she's going to do what's going to put her in the best position in the game, obviously. But Josh then says that Laura does not have Rachel's back, but Ryan does, and Ryan and Rachel are connected, so he's pretty much stating the obvious. She's probably going to save that team. But Josh then starts talking about how she's got a smart move by gaining the trust of eras 3 and 4 that will have her back. I said, I wouldn't trust them at all because they're going to have each other's back before they have hers. They're only going to have her best interest at heart when she has power. They're going to always look out for each other. If it's her up against era 4 or her up against era 3, they're going to throw her in before it. Like, come on. But Josh is talking about how he and Rachel have that relationship outside of the show because she trains him. He's now feeling like he let Casey down by getting DQ'd. You was not going to last longer than her up there. You were not. You probably would have been one of the first 2 from your team to drop if you weren't up there cheating. Like, let's just keep it for real. But they head out on the town. Rachel's excited. She's ready to have a good time because now she don't have to worry about pleading. She gets to sit and chill, party, take them drinks in, have everybody come kiss her ass. Theo and Olivia, they finally show a little small segment of their showmans. They're so boring that their showmans don't even have a storyline. But Rachel and Casey, they're talking, and Casey's pretty much stating like she knows that Rachel has a very close relationship with Josh, and it's kind of been an unspoken thing between the two of them, her and Casey, her and Rachel, saying that they would essentially have her back and she's an ally to her. Rachel said in her confession, she ain't ever spoke to me about no alliance. I said, right. But Rachel says, like, however, she's thinking about Tori versus Laurel because it does sound like a good It's a good matchup. Like, when you think about it, Laura versus Tori is a good matchup. But the same thing can be said about Laura versus Casey, or Tori versus Casey, or Tori versus Laurel. Like, either one of those is good. But Ryan knows that Rachel wants to make sure that she has security in the game. And he knows, like, they've been friends together for 20 years. But he doesn't know where it's going to go because he's also attached to Laurel. And she's very impulsive. If she wants to make that decision that could possibly get Laurel out, why would she not do it? Why would she not take it? So he's, at this point, he's like, you just got to stay ready. But KellyAnne, he's talking to Rachel about where she's at. She lets him know she's just thinking about her game. And KellyAnne said, like, I could help your game. I'm smart. She's pretty much saying, like, KellyAnne could help my game too. He's smart. He's good at the game. She wants to align herself with people that she can run a final with. So he then makes her a proposition that he and Casey could provide her a more direct benefit than the other option, because they will actually have a better shot at winning the game, or winning the eliminations, winning the missions, to help her and help protect her. KellyAnne gave her a good proposition. But Michelle and Devin, they're sitting over there talking about how she would rather him not leave. He's like, if I do leave, I'm still in the Philippines. I'll be waiting on you. We'll see if that's true. But Rachel and Laurel, they start talking. She lets her know that the Vacation Alliance is trying to rope her in and protect her and want her to protect them. And she needs to know if she doesn't go that way with the Vacation Alliance and kind of throw Laura a bone, if Laura will still repay her back in the end. Pretty much saying, like, if I get you out of this elimination, I'm going to need to make sure that if it's an opportunity for you to throw me in, you save me. And Laura's pretty much saying, like, I ain't got no promises to nobody in here. Don't nobody fuck with me, and I don't fuck with a lot of them. So if you need me to be your number one, you got me. Laura is playing the game to make sure that she's good. I guarantee you, if Laura got the opportunity to throw Rachel in, she would, because she knows Rachel is one of her biggest threats in the game. But she's doing what she got to do right now to escape this elimination. You got to play it week by week. But Cara Maria said that she would love to see Laura versus Tori. I would too, but she just don't see it happening. But Laurel says, let's kick them vacationers up out of here. I said, let's do it. Let's do it. But the next day we get Rachel and Josh. They're talking. He's trying to pick her brain. And she's pretty much stating, like, she's looking at it as, how would this benefit me in the game? She said, Laurel's very tempting, but is it tempting enough to sacrifice Ryan to give Devin something that he wants? I don't know. It's not. But she knows that Josh doesn't want her to pick Casey, but she playing her own game. I said, damn straight. Damn straight. Fuck Josh. But Tori ends up praying that Josh's relationship will be enough to save her and Casey from going into that elimination. Let's hope not. But Josh says that he respects Rachel's decision. He gets where she's coming from. And he said if it was anybody else, talking about if it wasn't Rachel, he would be going to bat for his Vacation Alliance. I said he's not loyal to anybody because he didn't fight for them at all. He didn't fight for them at all. And I believe he's known the Vacation Alliance longer than he's known Rachel, obviously. So for him to not even get in there and fight for them like that lets you know that Josh ain't loyal to nobody. Josh just want to be friends with everybody. He wants to be best friends with everybody. And that's the problem. You can't be best friends with everybody. Yes, you can make connections, but if you latch onto everybody so much and they're all in different teams, you're going to get caught up later on, which that's what later on happens. You can't have your hand in too many cookie jars. And he got his hand in every jar. But we get to the deliberation. Tori, she's nervous because she up against two girls that could kick her ass. But Casey, she's hoping that Josh's connection will help them with Rachel. But Rachel ends up opening the floor. She's like, who wants to talk? Devin said he ain't calling nobody out because he knows he's up against two pit bulls. Well, not really. Not Ryan, but KellyAnne. But Tori ends up saying that she loves both girls, obviously because she's scared of them. But she'll respect Rachel's decision whichever way it is. Ryan ends up saying he's ready to turn that Vacation Alliance into the Vacant Alliance. I said, I know that's right. But he ends up saying any four of them going home is huge. That is true. But he ends up saying it's just the fact of the matter is, Era 2, if Era 2 would have won, Rachel, you would have been safe. Laura ends up saying it's evident people have alliances that are deep-seated and deep-rooted. I don't got nobody in this game. So if you want to work with me, I'm completely open and available for you to do so. If you want me to scratch your back, just scratch mine. I'll get yours the next time. That's pretty much what Laura's saying to Rachel. Because she knows it's a benefit to her to actually have Rachel on her side, at least for the moment. But Casey ends up saying that within Era 4, She, talking about Rachel, has never been a target. I said, but she ain't never been an ally until you now need her now. Like, she ain't stupid, though. That's the thing, right? Casey, come on, wake up. Rachel's not a dummy. She's won this before. But Casey ends up saying, ideally, she doesn't want to go up against her brother. Because that's what Tori was saying, too. My brother. Send him home for saying that stupid shit. Like, they just annoying. Everything about that whole alliance is annoying to me. Every person on that alliance is annoying. But KellyAnne ends up saying nobody's been at the head of the table more than Era 4. Pretty much trying to threaten her low-key that Era 4 is going to win. Regardless, if we go in that elimination, we're probably going to come out of that elimination. We're probably going to win the next mission. And if you don't do what we want you to do, you asking for me to throw you in. That's essentially what he's doing. He's playing that strong arm type of deal with her. But Rachel says anybody that's played this game knows that these decisions are game changers. I'm not taking it lightly. It just is what it is. You'll see soon in a few moments. But they disperse. She ends up saying regardless of what decision she makes, whoever comes back will be coming for her. Obviously, she knows that. She just got to play her cards right. But Ryan, he's talking about how happy he is that Rachel had won. She says this is the opportunity to strike. Like, a lot of people had opportunities and then missed those opportunities. This is the best time to get that vacation alliance up out of here. I said, get them. And she said once Casey and Devin are gone and are no longer here, Tori and Josh now have new number ones. It's so funny how she said this because of what happens later. Before we get to it, I said, play that shit, Rachel. But she then goes to tell Casey and KellyAnne they're going in. KellyAnne respects it. She says that she's rooting for him and hopes that he comes back, which we know that to be true. But he also says, like, it doesn't make her his enemy, but she won't be an ally that he owes anything to. I get it. I respect it. I understand it. But Devin is telling the Vacation Alliance that it's now all-out war. There's no more being friends with everybody. I said that's the problem. Y'all's alliance is all about being friends with each other and everybody. So, excuse me. Devin ends up saying that Josh needs to feel the heat now. I said, get him. Because his decisions have contributed to 3 of his core members going down into the sand. And he can no longer hide because he has a part in them going in. That is true, low-key. He was not going to be able to sway Rachel's decision, but he didn't put in any effort to try and do that. So they're right in this instance. But Josh comes into the room. Casey, Tori, Michelle, KellyAnne, and Devin, they're all in there. Michelle is confronting him. She's like, what did you say to Rachel? Like, did you even go in there and try and plead your case to help us out and, like, keep Casey out of there? Or did you just let her roll over and do whatever she wanted to do? So he ends up saying, what did he say? Because Devin ends up saying, too, like, now they have momentum and they're now steamrolling because now it's 4 of us, 3 of us, but we're going to lose somebody from this alliance. So now they're going to have momentum to keep steamrolling and getting us up out of here. Good. As all this is going on, Laurel's sitting there eavesdropping. I know that's right. She by the corner. She by the door, like, listening to everything. But Josh says it's not his fault that this happened. Yes, it is. It's not, but it is. You didn't put up a fight. It's not because it was going to happen because she's not no punk. And Rachel's not easily swayed. Rachel's going to do what Rachel wants to do. What's best for Rachel. But he didn't do anything to try and stop it. So that's why he looks bad in this situation. And they know that he didn't. But Devin ends up saying, up until this point, you've been publicly rooting for Rachel, which he has. He's been trying to save Johnny, which he has. Y'all remember that. Didn't he do that to send Corey into the elimination? When he was tight with Corey? You more tight with Corey than you were Johnny. And if anybody would have given him more loyalty, it would have been Corey over Johnny. Have you not seen Johnny's track record? Come on. And Devin said it's sloppy. I don't like Devin, but it's true. It is sloppy gameplay. I understand he's playing for himself, which is good. You're supposed to play for yourself. But it's sloppy. Like, he's got, like I said, he's got his hands in too many cookie jars. Because, like, you literally rooting for every single person. You got somebody on every single era that you're publicly rooting for. If you're rooting for them, at least keep that within yourself and them, I guess. But he made it a point that he had to save Johnny because he wanted to prove to Johnny that he was cool with him and that he wanted to get his loyalty and trust back. He's outwardly rooting for Rachel, who's on era 1. Johnny's on era 2. Most of your alliance is between era 3 and 4, but you out here rooting for people on era 1 and 2, and you're saving people on era 2. It makes sense. It's like, damn. But Laurel ends up saying that Josh can play the game that he wants to, exactly. But I can believe that Laurel is saying this because it's a benefit to her. But she said Devin's just mad that he's not getting what he wants and he's looking stupid. I said, yeah, that is true. That's true as well. But Casey ends up saying that every season she plays with Josh, he's a liability because he only thinks about himself and not the alliance. What's wrong with that? Like, even though I'm saying all of what I've been saying, at the end of the day, he's the one that's got to win the money. He wants the money to go in he should want the money to go in his bank account. Y'all not winning this as a team. Even though y'all will split money, not me. Not me. I ain't splitting money with nobody. And if I get the opportunity to take the money and run, even if I had a partner, I would do that. I'm not mad at Johnny or Ashley for doing what they did in the past. But I'm like, you just mad because you all about playing that team shit. And now you got to go in that elimination. But she's talking about she got to figure out if they should drop Josh from that vacation alliance. I said, oh, that's funny. That's funny. He talking about how much he love you and love y'all, and y'all sitting here ready to drop him. But Devin said he's frustrated with everybody, and he knows that Kylan is well-rounded, and he's got some work to do in that elimination, which he does. We get to the elimination. I'm like, please give me a headbanger. I want Kylan to run through him. But they come in and see these electrical currents and extension cords. It's Devin and Tori versus Casey and Kylan. Obviously, well, Kylan versus Devin and Tori versus Casey. The elimination is called Cable Connection Showdown. They have giant signs on the side of the arena that have all 40 seasons of the challenge up there. They have to then light up each one of those seasons and there's two other boards on the ends of the arenas. The end of the arena. In the middle, that's the table where all the cables are. They have to untangle those cables, put them in, plug them in. Once they feel like they got all the answers correct in the right places, they hit a buzzer. It'll light up. If they're right, it'll stay dark if they're not right. The thing is, though, they won't stay up. They won't stay lit the whole time. So they'll light up for a moment, but you got to remember which ones were correct and which ones were not. And you got to go ahead and change it until you get it all right. The first person to finish wins. The person that doesn't is gone. All right, Kylan and Devin. They started off. I'm like, okay, this could be even. I said because Devin is smart, but Kylan is also smart. Kylan's strategy is just to keep moving. Like, you can't slow down. You can't stop. You got to keep going. Devin was not. He was not on that type of time. But Kylan buzzes in first. He gets 34 out of 40 right on his first buzz in. I said, oh, shit. Devin is over there struggling. Rachel loves it because she knows it's fucking his ego up. I was laughing. But Devin buzzes his in the first time. And guess what? He only got 2 out of 40 right. But Kylan goes and hits his buzzer again and got 38 out of 40. So he only missed 2. And he realizes real quickly. But Devin goes and hits it again and still got 2 out of 40. Laura was cackling and I was laughing with her. But Kylan fixes his up and he's laughing as he does it. He's like, oh shit, like this was that simple. That's what happened. Oh, haha. Walks over and hits that shit and knew that he got. I was like, damn, because Devin was over there struggling. Kylan did that shit so smooth, so easy. Rachel and Laurel dapping each other up because that's what they wanted. They wanted Devin to go home. That's one Vacation Alliance member gone. Thank you, Kylan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Real nigga shit. Tori versus Casey. This is evenly matched. Casey, she's talking about how she needs the money because her and Nani got a wedding to pay for. I said, all the shows that y'all have done, all the finals that you've gotten to, all the appearance fees that she's got. Nani ain't won nothing, but she's been on the show. She's been on the show for a long time to where I know her appearance fees should be pretty decent. So you should be able to pay for a wedding, but okay. Josh is talking about how much he loves both girls, but his heart is with Casey. Remember that. His heart is with Casey. I said, Tori ain't going to like to hear that when she watches this back. But Jordan, he's confident in Tori winning because he feels like she doesn't realize how good she is, but she about to find out. She does. I said she is, in my opinion, I feel like she's smarter than Casey. She just can't crack under pressure. Tori cracks under pressure. But Tori, she buzzes in first. She gets 26 out of 40 correct. Error Ford, they're over there helping Casey out. Tori buzzes in again, gets 36 out of 40 correct. Casey then buzzes in. She gets the same amount correct. So now they're neck and neck. They're scrambling. Tori and Casey, they both go and buzz in at the same time. Apparently, they both got them correct, but Tori buzzed in first, so Tori wins. Casey's gone. Get your boring ass out of here. I was okay with either one of them going home, but Tori at least provides more. I don't like her. Her type of entertainment is not my type of entertainment, but at least she is on the screen. She ain't a background character. Casey is past the background. She ain't even background. She like the wall. But she's sitting there talking about how she should, if she would have won, she would have came back and started some shit up. I'm like, what would you have done? Like, what would you have done? You ain't gonna do shit. But she ends up throwing shade Josh's way, talking shit, boy, talking shit. I'm like, that's who he was rooting for, the one that's talking the most shit about him. They then turned from her talking shit to his bitch ass in the confessionals crying, talking about how much his friendship means to him with Casey. And I'm like, you got your clown mask on right now. But TJ ends up letting everybody know that we're now switching the game up. We're going individual. I said, it's time to play. Rachel loves it. Michelle is nervous, obviously, because she plays better on a team aspect where she can kind of control everything and hide in the background. You can't hide when you're playing individually. But TJ ends up saying we still got targets, though. So Tori gets to select 3 men, any of them. She can select anybody from any era. If she want to put all 3 eras on one, she can do it. And that's what the fuck she did. She put Derrick, Ryan, and Johnny, all targets, all from era 2. Kylan chooses 3 women, and his women that he chose was Rachel, Aviv, and Jenny. His own damn teammate. I said, damn. But when you think about it, he ain't gonna choose Naya because he fucking on Naya. He ain't gonna choose Laurel because he actually likes Laurel. And he ain't gonna choose Cara because he likes Cara. So, Jenny, you was the only other option besides Olivia, which I guess he got a closer relationship with her, which I'm shocked because of what Olivia did with him, Horacio, and Kylan last season. But okay. Jenny obviously is pissed the fuck off. Bananas don't fuck with Tori. Well, I don't want to say he don't fuck with her now, but he says she's awoken the sleeping dragon, a.k.a. the messy Bananas, because she is nothing but Devin's puppet. And the karma vote, Devin and Boring lowballed Rachel, punk shit, which I hope does not. If she gets to the end, I hope that shit don't play a factor into her winning if she gets the chance to win. But Devin ends up lowballing Josh. I was expecting Casey to do it, but she didn't. But yeah, good episode. Good episode. Y'all let me know y'all's thoughts down below. We got a season, mid-season trailer, so we don't know exactly what's going to happen next week. But we'll see. I'll be here. Thumbs up the video. Drop y'all's comments down below. Please interact with the video because it's coming out a day late. And yeah, subscribe, share, and I will see y'all at the end. Peace.